It was snowing on the island of Sodor, and a blizzard had covered the lands and tracks. Thomas was pulling Annie and Clarabel and carrying passengers through the snow-covered track. I've got to get these passengers to their destinations where they could be cozy and warm. I already feel my funnel freezing. When I'm done here, I am going to my nice and cozy shed. Thomas had arrived at the next station. The passengers got out of Annie and Clarabel and they decided to wait inside the station to stay warm. Glad they're now nice and cozy. Now I need to be nice and cozy. Hello, Thomas. Just who I was looking for. Thomas looked confused. Am I needed for something? Indeed you are. A small train of coal trucks has been lined up with some vans that has been loaded with firewood. I need you to take the train to deliver to the stations. The snowfall is supposed to pick up later on. Thomas wasn't happy. He was looking forward to getting warmed up in the sheds. Sure thing, sir. Then Thomas reluctantly went to go fetch the train. On his way, he ran into Percy, who was clearing away snow, and Brooke was right behind him. Hello, Thomas. Nice to see you.
Likewise, it is lovely for the snow to be here for all the children to play in.
Thomas wasn't pleased with what Brooke said. Aren't you happy, Thomas? I was looking forward to camping out in my nice and cozy shed, but I've been told to take a train of coal and firewood to other stations.
You should be pleased that Sir Topham Hatt is helping keep all of us busy.
What? So you want me to freeze my boiler off? I am literally feeling cold right now. Brooke felt offended. Percy got annoyed. Don't get snippy with my girl, Thomas. No one said anything else, and Thomas continued on his way. It wasn't long when he arrived and he shunted himself into the front of the train. It consisted of 5 coal trucks and 3 vans filled with firewood. Alright, let's get this run over with. Thomas starts to pull his train away and into the snowy weather. Later on, the snow had started to pick up. Thomas had his lamp turned on. It was getting difficult for him to see through the fast-falling snowflakes. Keep going, Thomas. We've got to get the supplies delivered, said his driver. He continued his way through the heavy blizzard, and the snow had continued to cover the tracks. Thomas had soon came across a hill. They started to go down the slope, and they slid down it, realizing it's icy. Whoa! Oh. He had braked his hardest, but to no avail. He continued to slide down the tracks. There was another snowdrift ahead, and Thomas and the train came off the rails. Thomas was now flat on his side, and coal spilled everywhere. He had become snowbound on the ground. His driver had already jumped clear and was walking his way towards the wreck. I'll go get help. So Thomas's driver left to find a telephone. Thomas was now alone. He was freezing and snow was slowly covering him up and ice had started to appear. Soon, James had arrived with a breakdown train and Percy and Brooke had also arrived.
There he is.
Please get me back up. So the crane had lifted Thomas back onto the rails. Thomas then spoke to both Percy and Brooke. I'm sorry for my behavior before.
No worries, Thomas. Percy and I will take you back to the sheds and then we'll take the delivery to the stations.
So Brooke pushed Thomas into the sheds so all the snow and ice could melt off him, and then she and Percy left to go take the train away. Thomas stayed in the sheds and his face was also cold. That night, all of the engines were in the comfort of their nice and warm sheds. Thomas had now hoped for the next day to not have another heavy snowy blizzard.